The alarm screamed through the research ship Aurora like a dying animal. Dr. Amanda Phillips jumped up from her desk, sending her coffee cup flying across the small lab. The red lights flashed on and off, making everything look like a bad dream. "What's happening?" Amanda called out as she ran toward the bridge. Her boots made loud sounds on the metal floor as she hurried through the narrow hallways. Jake Morrison, the ship's pilot, was already at his station when Amanda arrived. His face was white with worry. "We picked up a distress signal from the planet below. It's not human, Amanda. The signal is coming from something we've never seen before." Amanda looked at the main screen. The planet Kepler 442b looked angry and mean from space. Yellow clouds swirled around it like a storm that never ended. The air down there was full of poison that could kill a human in minutes. "How long has the signal been going?" Amanda asked. "About 10 minutes, but it's getting weaker." "Whatever is down there is dying fast," Jake said. He turned to look at Amanda with scared eyes. "We should call for help. This is way above our level." Lisa Park, the ship's engineer, walked onto the bridge. She was wiping oil from her hands with a dirty cloth. "I heard the alarm. What's going on?" "There's something crashed on the planet. It's asking for help," Amanda said. Lisa looked at the screen and shook her head. "That place will kill us all. The air is like acid. Our suits might last an hour down." "There may be less." Amanda walked closer to the screen. The signal was getting weaker every minute. Something was dying down there, and it was alone. She thought about how scared it must be. "We have to go down there," Amanda said. "Are you crazy?" Jake stood up from his chair. "That thing could be dangerous. We don't know what it is or where it came from. It's hurt and asking for help." "That's all I need to know," Amanda said. She was already walking toward the equipment room to get her protective suit. "Amanda, wait," Lisa called after her. "Even if we go down there, we might not be able to help. We don't know anything about alien biology." Amanda stopped and turned around. "Then we learn. That's what we're here for, right?" "To learn about new life?" Jake shook his head. "Not if it gets us killed. The company will not be happy if we die trying to save some unknown creature." "I don't care what the company thinks," Amanda said. "There's a living thing down there that needs help. If we don't try, it will die alone." The distress signal got weaker. Amanda could hear it through the ship's speakers. It sounded sad and tired, like someone giving up hope. "Fine," Jake said. "But I'm going with you. Someone needs to keep you alive." "Me too," Lisa said. "You'll need someone to fix the equipment when it breaks down there." Amanda smiled for the first time since the alarm started. "Thank you." It took them 30 minutes to get ready. They put on their best protective suits and checked them 3 times. The air on the planet would eat through metal, so they had to be very careful. Amanda packed her medical supplies and anything else that might help an injured alien. The small rescue ship felt tiny as they flew down through the yellow clouds. The wind pushed them around like a toy. Jake had to fight to keep them steady. "There," Lisa pointed at the screen. "I see the crash site. The alien ship was broken into pieces. It looked like it had been through a war. Parts of it were still on fire, and black smoke rose into the poisonous air." Amanda could see that the ship had been beautiful once, with smooth curves and bright colors. Now it was just wreckage. "I'm not seeing any life signs," Jake said as he landed their ship nearby. "The signal is still coming from over there," Lisa pointed to the largest piece of the wreck. They got out of their ship and walked carefully toward the crash site. The ground was covered with strange rocks that looked like glass. The air made everything look yellow and sick. "Over here," Amanda called out. She had found a hole in the side of the alien ship. Inside the wreck, they found the creature. Amanda had to stop herself from stepping backward. The thing was the most horrible sight she had ever seen. Its body was twisted and broken. Burns covered what might have been skin, but Amanda could see metal parts underneath. The creature had too many arms, and they were bent in ways that looked very painful. The worst part was its face. It looked like someone had mixed flesh and machine parts together in a terrible way. Green liquid dripped from wounds all over its body. Its eyes were large and had many parts like an insect's eyes. "Oh my God," Lisa whispered. She turned away and put her hand over her mouth. "That's not natural," Jake said. "Look at all those machine parts. What kind of creature does that to itself?" Amanda knelt down next to the creature. It was still alive, but just barely. Its breathing was very shallow, and the green liquid was flowing faster now. "It's dying," Amanda said. She opened her medical kit and started looking for something that might help. "Amanda, get away from that thing," Jake said. "We don't know what it is or what it might do to you." The creature's strange eyes focused on Amanda. For a moment, she saw something in them that made her heart hurt. It was fear, but also surprise. The creature seemed shocked that Amanda was so close to it. "Can you understand me?" Amanda asked softly. She pulled out her universal translator and turned it on. The creature made a sound that was part whistle and part groan. The translator worked hard to change the sound into words. "You came." The voice from the translator was rough and tired. "You did not run." "We heard your distress signal," Amanda said. She was cleaning one of the creature's wounds with antiseptic. "We came to help." "Help?" The creature sounded confused. "But I'm hideous, broken. Why would you help something like me?" Amanda looked into the creature's eyes. Behind all the horror of its appearance, she could see intelligence and pain. This was a thinking being, not just some monster. "Because you asked for help," Amanda said simply. "And because you're hurt?" The creature was quiet for a long time. Amanda kept working on its wounds, trying to stop the bleeding. She had to guess about its biology, but she did her best. "My name is Zephyros," the creature finally said. "I am the last of my kind in this part of the galaxy. I'm Amanda. These are my friends Jake and Lisa. We're from Earth." "Earth?" Zephyros sounded interested. "I have heard of humans. They say you are a young species, but brave." "We try to be," Amanda said. She had managed to stop some of the bleeding, but the creature needed more help than she could give. Amanda. We need to get out of here," Jake said. "Our suits won't last much longer in this air." "Zephyros, can you travel?" "We need to get you to our ship," Amanda said. "I will try," Zephyros said. "But first I must warn you, my people are being hunted. The ones who did this to me will come looking. If you help me, you put yourselves in danger." Amanda looked at Jake and Lisa. They both looked scared, but they nodded. "We'll take that risk," Amanda said. Together, they helped Zephyros to their ship. The creature was much heavier than it looked, and it took all three of them to carry it. By the time they got back to the Aurora, their suits were starting to fail. As they took off from the planet, Amanda wondered what they had gotten themselves into. But when she looked at Zephyros lying on the medical table, she knew she had made the right choice. Sometimes doing the right thing was more important than being safe. 3 days had passed since they rescued Zephyros from the crashed ship. Amanda spent most of her time in the medical bay, taking care of the alien's wounds. The creature was getting better, but very slowly. Jake and Lisa tried to stay away from the medical bay as much as possible. When they had to go in there, they looked uncomfortable and left quickly. Amanda could see the fear in their eyes every time they looked at Zephyros. "How are you feeling today?" Amanda asked as she changed the bandages on Zephyros's arm. "Better, thanks to you," Zephyros said through the translator. "The pain is less now." Amanda smiled and continued her work. She had learned that Zephyros had 3 hearts instead of 1, and his blood was green instead of red. His bones were much stronger than human bones, and some of them were mixed with metal. "Amanda, can I ask you something?" Zephyros said. "Of course. Why are you not afraid of me?" "Your friends are scared. I can see it in their eyes." Amanda stopped working and looked at Zephyros. "Should I be afraid of you? Most beings are. I am not beautiful like other creatures. I am twisted and broken. You're different," Amanda said. "But different doesn't mean bad." Zephyros was quiet for a moment. "Tell me about your world. What is Earth like?" Amanda sat down in the chair next to the medical table. "Earth is beautiful. We have blue oceans and green forests. The sky is blue during the day and black with stars at night." "It sounds wonderful," Zephyros said. My world was beautiful too, before the hegemony destroyed it. What is the hegemony? Zephyros's eyes became sad. They are an empire that wants to control everything. They believe that only certain types of beings should exist. They think my people are wrong and evil. Why? Because we are different. We mix our bodies with machines to make ourselves stronger and smarter. The hegemony says this makes us monsters. Amanda looked at the metal parts she could see under Zephyros's skin. But it's part of who you are, right? Yes, my people, the Vorthek, have always lived this way. We believe that technology and nature should work together in peace. But the hegemony sees us as dangerous. How many of your people are left? I don't know, maybe a few hundred in the whole galaxy? Maybe. Less. I haven't seen another Vorthek in 2 years. Amanda felt sad for Zephyros. She couldn't imagine being alone like that, not knowing if anyone else like her was still alive. I'm sorry, Amanda said. That must be very lonely. It is. But talking with you makes it better. You are the first being in a long time who has been kind to me. Jake walked into the medical bay carrying a plate of food. He tried not to look at Zephyros, but Amanda could see him watching the alien from the corner of his eye. How's the patient? Jake asked. Getting better, Amanda said. Zephyros, this is Jake. He's the one who flew the rescue ship to save you. Thank you, Jake, Zephyros said. You risked your life for me? Jake looked uncomfortable. Just doing my job, he said quickly. He put the food down and started to leave. Jake, wait, Amanda said. Maybe you could stay and talk for a while? I have work to do, Jake said and left the room fast. He is afraid of me, Zephyros said sadly. He's afraid of what he doesn't understand, Amanda said. Give him time. Later that day, Amanda was in the ship's kitchen making dinner when Lisa came in. Lisa looked worried about something. Amanda, we need to talk, Lisa said. What's wrong? It's about our alien friend. I've been thinking about what he told us, about being hunted by this hegemony. What about it? What if they come looking for him? What if they find us? Amanda stopped cooking and looked at Lisa. Are you worried about our safety? Yes, I am. We don't know anything about this hegemony or how powerful they are. If they're hunting Zephyros, they might hurt us too. So what are you saying? Maybe we should take him to the nearest space station and let someone else deal with this, Lisa said. You want to abandon him? I want to keep us alive. We're scientists, not soldiers. We can't fight an empire. Amanda thought about what Lisa said. She was right that they didn't know how dangerous the hegemony was. But she also thought about Zephyros lying alone in the medical bay, hurt and far from home. I can't do that, Amanda said. He trusted us. He told us his secrets. Amanda, you're getting too close to this. You're thinking with your heart instead of your head. Maybe my heart is right this time. Lisa shook her head and walked away. Amanda could see that her friend was scared, but she couldn't blame her. Everything Lisa said made sense. But Amanda couldn't stop thinking about the look in Zephyros's eyes when he talked about being alone. That night, Amanda couldn't sleep. She went to the medical bay to check on Zephyros. The alien was awake, looking out the small window at the stars. Can't sleep either? Amanda asked. I was thinking about my home, Zephyros said. About my family. Tell me about them. I had a mate and 2 children. They were killed when the hegemony attacked our city. I was away on a mission, so I survived. I'm so sorry. The hegemony said we were evil because we looked different. They said we were dangerous because we mixed flesh with metal. But we were peaceful people. We studied the stars and made art and took care of our children. Amanda sat down next to Zephyros. What was your mate like? Beautiful and kind. Her name was Lyra. She was a teacher who helped young Vorthek learn to use their technology. She always said that the most important thing was to have a good heart. She sounds wonderful. She was. She would have liked you, Amanda. You have a good heart, too. How can you tell? Because you see me as a person, not as a monster. Very few beings can do that. Amanda looked at Zephyros. Even though he looked scary, she could see the sadness and kindness in his eyes. She could imagine him with his family, living a peaceful life before the war came. Zephyros, can I ask you something? Yes. Lisa thinks we should take you to a space station and let someone else help you. She's worried about the hegemony. Zephyros was quiet for a long time. She is wise to be worried. The hegemony is very powerful and very cruel. If they find me with you, they will hurt you too. But what will happen to you? They will kill me. But that is not your problem. Yes, it is, Amanda said. We're friends now. Friends help each other, even when it's dangerous. Especially when it's dangerous. Zephyros looked at Amanda with surprise. You would risk your life for me? You're not just some alien to me anymore, you're Zephyros. You had a family and a home. You loved them and they loved you. That makes you important. I don't understand humans, Zephyros said. Most beings only care about themselves and their own kind. Not all of us, Amanda said. Some of us believe that all thinking beings deserve help and respect. Even ones that look like monsters? You're not a monster. You're just hurt and alone. And far from home. Zephyros reached out with one of his twisted arms and gently touched Amanda's hand. Thank you, Amanda. I haven't felt hope in a long time. But talking with you makes me remember what it feels like. Amanda squeezed his hand gently. We'll figure this out together. The next morning, Amanda found Jake and Lisa in the engine room. They were working on repairs, but she could tell they had been talking about something serious. We need to make a decision, Jake said when he saw Amanda. The ship's computer picked up some strange signals last night. They might be hegemony scouts. How far away? Amanda asked. Maybe 2 days, maybe less, Lisa said. We need to decide what we're going to do. Amanda looked at her friends. They were scared, and she understood why. But she also knew what she had to do. We help Zephyros, Amanda said. Whatever it takes. Even if it means fighting the hegemony? Jake asked. Even then, Jake and Lisa looked at each other. Amanda could see them having a silent conversation with their eyes. Okay, Jake said finally. But if we're going to do this, we need a plan. We'll think of something, Amanda said. Together. As they worked on their plan, Amanda thought about Zephyros and his dead family. She thought about how lonely he had been and how much he had suffered. She knew that helping him was the right thing to do, even if it was dangerous. Sometimes, being human meant standing up for what was right, even when it was scary. The warning alarm started screaming at 6 in the morning. Amanda jumped out of bed and ran to the bridge, still wearing her sleeping clothes. Jake was already there, his face white with fear. 3 ships just came out of hyperspace, Jake said. They're big, Amanda, much bigger than us. Amanda looked at the screen. The ships were dark gray and covered with weapons. They looked like they were built for war, not for exploring space. Are they hegemony ships? Amanda asked. I think so. They're sending us a message. The screen changed to show the face of an alien creature. It had smooth, pale skin and cold blue eyes. Its head was longer than a human head, and it had no hair. Human vessel, the alien said in perfect English. I am Commander Vex Krell of the Hegemony Third Fleet. You are carrying a dangerous criminal. You will surrender it to us immediately. Amanda's heart started beating fast. What criminal? Do. Not lie to us, human? We know you have one of the Vorthic aberrations on your ship. These creatures are enemies of peace and order. They must be destroyed. We don't know what you're talking about, Amanda said. But her voice shook. Commander Krell smiled, but it was not a nice smile. We tracked the creature's ship to this system. Our sensors show alien life signs on your vessel. You have exactly 1 hour to surrender the aberration, or we will take it by force. The screen went black. Amanda stood there for a moment, not knowing what to do. Amanda, Jake said quietly. We have to give him up. What? You heard what the commander said? Zephyros is a criminal. They want to arrest him. Lisa ran onto the bridge. I heard the alarm. What's happening? The hegemony found us, Amanda said. They want Zephyros. So we give him to them, right? Lisa said, if he's a criminal, he's not a criminal, Amanda said. He told us his people were peaceful. But how do we know he's telling the truth? Jake asked. We only have his word. Amanda thought about all the hours she had spent with Zephyros. She remembered the sadness in his eyes when he talked about his dead family. She remembered how gentle he was, even though he looked scary. I know, because I've gotten to know him, Amanda said. He's not evil. Amanda, you're not thinking clearly, Lisa said. You like him, so you can't see the truth. What if the hegemony is right? What if the Vorthok really are dangerous? Then why would they hunt them down like animals? Amanda asked. If they were really criminals, wouldn't they put them on trial? Maybe they're too dangerous for trials, Jake said. Look, I know you care about Zephyros, but we have to think about ourselves too. If we don't give him up, they'll attack us. Amanda looked at her friends. They were scared, and she understood why. The hegemony ships were huge and powerful. The Aurora was just a small research ship with no weapons. I can't do it, Amanda said. I can't just hand him over to be killed. He's not even human, Lisa said. Why are you willing to die for him? Because it's the right thing to do. Jake threw his hands up in the air. Amanda, this is crazy. We're 3 people on a little ship. They have 3 warships. We can't fight. Then we don't fight. We talk about what? About the truth. About what really happened to the Vorthek. Amanda left the bridge and went to the medical bay. Zephyros was sitting up on the medical table. He looked much better than he had 3 days ago. The hegemony found us, Amanda said. Zephyros closed his eyes. I was afraid this would happen. I'm sorry, Amanda. I never wanted to put you in danger. They say you're a criminal? That's what they always say. It makes it easier for them to kill us. Tell me the truth, Zephyros. Are your people dangerous? Zephyros looked at Amanda with his strange eyes. We were scientists and artists and teachers. We built beautiful cities and made music and studied the stars. The only dangerous thing about us was that we were different. Then why does the hegemony want to destroy you? Because we would not bow to them. When they came to our worlds, they demanded that we join their empire. They wanted us to follow their rules and their beliefs. When we said no, they called us criminals and started hunting us. Amanda believed him. She had seen the kindness in his eyes and heard the sadness in his voice when he talked about his family. Commander Krell wants me to surrender you to them, Amanda said. You should, Zephyros said. I am not worth dying for. That's not your choice to make. Amanda, please. I have lived for many years. I have seen my world burn and my family die. I'm ready to join them. Well, I'm not ready to let you go. Amanda went back to the bridge. Jake and Lisa were waiting for her. So? Jake asked. We're not giving him up. Amanda, be reasonable, Lisa said. He's just one alien. We can't save him anyway. Maybe not. But we can try. The communication screen turned on again. Commander Krell's face appeared. Your hour is up, human. Have you decided to surrender the aberration? I want to talk to you. About that, Amanda said. There is nothing to discuss. Surrender the creature or we will take it. What crimes has he committed? That is not your concern. I'm making it my concern. If you want him, you'll have to tell me why. Commander Krell's eyes became angry. The Vorthek are genetic aberrations. They pollute themselves with machinery. They are an insult to natural life. So you're killing them because they look different? We are preserving the purity of the galaxy. That's not a crime. That's just being different. Enough! Commander. Krell shouted. You will surrender the aberration now, or we will destroy your ship and take it from your corpse. Amanda's hands were shaking, but she kept her voice steady. No, what did you say? I said no, I won't give him to you. Commander Krell stared at Amanda for a long moment. You would die for this monster? He's not a monster. He's a person who has lost everything. And yes, I would die before I let you. Murder him. You are a fool, human. Maybe, but I'm a fool who knows right from wrong. Commander Krell's face disappeared from the screen. A few seconds later, the ship shook as energy weapons hit their shields. They're firing on us, Jake shouted. I thought you had a plan, Lisa yelled. I do, Amanda said. Jake, can you get us to that asteroid field? Maybe, but why? Because we need to hide while I try something. Jake pushed the ship as fast as it would go. The hegemony ships followed them, firing their weapons. The Aurora shook every time the energy beams hit them. "Shields at 60%, Lisa called out. They reached the asteroid field just as their shields started to fail. Jake flew the ship between the big rocks, trying to hide from the hegemony ships. "This won't work for long," Jake said. "They'll find us soon." Amanda was working at the communication station. "I'm sending out a distress call on all frequencies. Maybe someone will hear us." "Who's going to help us way out here?" Lisa asked. "I don't know, but we have to try." Zephyros came onto the bridge. He was walking slowly, but he looked stronger than before. "You should not have done this," Zephyros said to Amanda. "You should have given me to them." "Stop saying that," Amanda said. "You're worth fighting for." "But why?" "I am ugly and broken. I am not even the same species as you." "Because you're a good person. Because you've suffered enough. Because someone needs to stand up to bullies like the hegemony." Zephyros looked at Amanda with surprise. "You really believe that?" "Yes, I do. In all my years, I have never met a being like you, Amanda. You see past the surface to what lies beneath. That's what friends do." The ship shook again as the hegemony found them. One of their ships was coming through the asteroids, its weapons ready to fire. "This is it," Jake said. "We're trapped." Amanda looked at her friends and then at Zephyros. She had made her choice, and she would stand by it no matter what happened. "At least we tried," she said. "At least we stood up for what was right." Zephyros moved closer to Amanda. "You have shown me something I thought was lost forever." "What's that?" "Hope and courage. And the belief that not all beings are selfish and cruel." The hegemony ship was getting closer. Amanda could see its weapons charging up for the final attack. "I'm sorry I got you all into this," Amanda said to Jake and Lisa. "Don't be," Jake said. "You were right. Some things are worth fighting for." "Even if we lose," Lisa added. Amanda smiled at her friends. Then she looked at Zephyros. "No matter what happens, I'm glad we met." "As am I," Zephyros said. "You have given me the greatest gift possible." "What's that?" "You have shown me that there are still good beings in the galaxy. That gives me hope for the future." The hegemony ship moved into firing position. Amanda closed her eyes and waited for the end, but something unexpected was about to happen. Something that would change everything. Just as the hegemony ship was about to fire, something strange happened. The space around them began to shimmer like water. Suddenly, 5 ships appeared out of nowhere. They were beautiful ships with smooth curves and bright colors, nothing like the ugly warships of the hegemony. "What's happening?" Lisa asked. Amanda looked at the screen. The new ships were moving between the Aurora and the hegemony ships. One of them was sending a message. "This is Captain Theron of the Free Alliance," a voice said. "Hegemony vessels, you are in violation of the Neutral Zone Treaty. Withdraw immediately." Commander Krell's face appeared on the screen again. He looked angry and surprised. "This is none of your business, Alliance dogs," Krell said. "We are hunting dangerous criminals." "We received a distress call," Captain Theron said. "We are here to investigate. The humans are harboring a Vorthak aberration. It must be destroyed. The humans are under Alliance protection now. If you want to make a case against them, you can do it in court." Amanda could not believe what was happening. Someone had heard their distress call and come to help them. "We will not forget this," Commander Krell said, "but we will withdraw for now." The hegemony ships turned and flew away. Amanda felt like she could breathe again for the first time in hours. "Thank you," Amanda said to Captain Theron. "You saved our lives. You're welcome, but this is not over. The hegemony will not give up easily. You need to come with us to a safe place." "Where?" "There is a hidden station where beings like your friend can be safe. We will take you there." Amanda looked at Zephyros. He was staring at the Alliance ships with wonder. "Are they your people?" Amanda asked. "No," Zephyros said. "But they are friends of my people. I thought they were all gone." The Alliance ships led them to a place that looked like empty space. But as they got closer, Amanda could see a huge space station that had been hidden by special technology. "Welcome to Haven Station," Captain Theron said. This is where we keep being safe from the hegemony. The station was amazing. It was built into a large asteroid and had gardens and lakes inside. Amanda had never seen anything like it. When they got off their ship, they were met by Captain Theron. He was a tall alien with blue skin and kind eyes. "You are very brave," Captain Theron said to Amanda. "Not many beings would stand up to the hegemony like you did." "I just did what I thought was right," Amanda said. "That is exactly what makes you special," Captain Theron said. "Come, let me show you around." They walked through the station. Amanda saw many different kinds of aliens living together in peace. There were beings she had never seen before, all different shapes and sizes. "This is wonderful," Amanda said. "How long has this place existed?" "About 50 years, Captain Theron said. "We built it to protect beings that the hegemony wants to destroy." "Why does the hegemony hate differences so much?" "Because differences scare them. They want everyone to be the same, to follow their rules. They cannot stand the idea that other beings might have their own ways of living." They came to a large room with a beautiful garden. There were trees and flowers from many different worlds, growing together. "This is where many of our guests like to spend time," Captain Theron said. "It helps them remember their homeworlds." Zephyros was very quiet as they walked. Amanda could tell he was thinking about something important. "Captain," Zephyros said, "are there other Vorthak here?" "A few," Captain Theron said. "They will be." "Very happy to see you." Zephyros stopped walking. "I need to tell you something, Amanda, all of you. I have not been completely honest with you." "What do you mean?" Amanda asked. "I am not what I appear to be. What you see is not my true form." Jake and Lisa looked confused. "What are you talking about?" Jake asked. "My people have a special ability. We can change how we look. The form you have seen is ... a test? A test for what?" Amanda asked. "To see if someone can look past appearances. To see if they can find the good in something that looks evil." Amanda felt confused. "So you've been lying to us?" "No, not lying. Everything I told you about my people and my family is true. But the way I look is not real. Then why do you look this way?" "Because most beings show their true nature when they see something ugly and different. They become afraid or angry or disgusted. But you, Amanda, you never turned away from me. You never treated me like a monster." "Because you're not a monster," Amanda said. "That is exactly what I mean. You saw past my appearance to who I really am inside." Zephyros began to change. His twisted, broken body started to shift and move. The horrible burns and scars began to fade away. The metal parts that looked painful began to fit together in beautiful ways. Amanda watched in amazement as Zephyros transformed. His skin became smooth and had a soft glow like moonlight. His face became gentle and kind, with large eyes that sparkled with intelligence. The metal parts were still there, but now they looked like artwork, blending perfectly with his organic body. When the transformation was complete, Zephyros was the most beautiful being Amanda had ever seen. He was tall and graceful, with an aura of peace and wisdom around him. "This is my true form," Zephyros said. His voice was different too, softer and more musical. Jake and Lisa stared with their mouths open. They could not believe what they were seeing. "You're beautiful," Amanda said softly. "Thank you," Zephyros said. "But what matters is that you cared for me when I looked horrible. That tells me everything I need to know about your heart." "Why? Did you test us?" Lisa asked. "Because trust is the most important thing to my people. We have learned that beings who can see past ugly appearances to find the good inside are the only ones worth knowing." "And Amanda passed the test," Captain Theron said with a smile. "She did more than pass," Zephyros said. "She risked her life. For me, she stood up to the hegemony even when it seemed hopeless. She showed me that there are still good beings in the galaxy." Amanda felt tears in her eyes. "I'm just glad you're safe." "I am safe because of you," Zephyros said. "You have given me something I thought was lost forever." "What's that?" "Hope and friendship, and the knowledge that not all beings are selfish and cruel." Captain Theron nodded. "This is why we fight the hegemony. Because beings like Amanda prove that the galaxy is worth saving. But I didn't do anything special, Amanda said. I just helped someone who needed help. That is exactly what makes it special, Zephyros said. Most beings would have walked away. Most beings would have been too afraid or disgusted to help. But you saw a person in need and you helped without asking for anything in return. My people have a saying, Captain Theron said. The measure of a being is not what they do when others are watching, but what they do when no one will ever know. Amanda did the right thing when she thought no one would ever know about it, Zephyros said. That makes her worthy of our greatest trust. What do you mean? Amanda asked. Zephyros and Captain Theron looked at each other. Amanda could tell they were having a silent conversation. There's something we need to show you, Zephyros said. Something that very few beings have ever seen. What is it? The reason the hegemony really wants to destroy my people. The secret we have been protecting for thousands of years. Amanda felt excited and scared at the same time. What secret? Come. With us, Captain Theron said. We will show you something that will change your understanding of the galaxy. They walked deeper into the station, past areas that Amanda had not seen before. The walls here were covered with strange symbols and pictures. These are the archives, Zephyros said. This is where we keep the most important knowledge in the galaxy. What kind of knowledge? Knowledge that could bring peace to all beings, or destroy everything if it falls into the wrong hands. They stopped in front of a large door covered with locks and security devices. Beyond this door is the greatest secret of the Vorthok, Zephyros said. We have only shared it with a few beings in our entire history. And you want to share it with us? Amanda asked. With you? Zephyros said. Because you have proven that your heart is pure. Because you see beings as they really are, not as they appear to be. Captain Theron began opening the locks. What you are about to see could change the fate of the galaxy, he said. Are you ready? Amanda looked at Jake and Lisa. They both nodded. They had come this far together, and they would see it through to the end. We're ready, Amanda said. The door opened, and they stepped into a room filled with a soft, golden light. In the center of the room was something that took Amanda's breath away. It was the most beautiful thing she had ever seen, and she knew immediately that it was the most important discovery in the history of the galaxy. In the center of the room was a crystal that was taller than Amanda. It glowed with soft golden light and seemed to pulse like a heartbeat. Around it were strange machines that hummed quietly. What is it? Amanda asked in a whisper. This is the heart of unity, Zephyros said. It is the greatest treasure of my people. Amanda walked closer to the crystal. She could feel warmth coming from it, like standing in sunlight. What does it do? It holds the secret to perfect harmony between living beings and machines, Captain Theron said. Your people call it artificial intelligence, but this is something much more. I don't understand, Jake said. Zephyros placed his hand on the crystal. The light grew brighter, and Amanda could see patterns moving inside it like flowing water. For thousands of years, my people have studied how to make thinking machines that truly understand life, Zephyros said. Not machines that pretend to think, but machines that actually have souls. Souls? Lisa asked. The spark of life that makes a being more than just a collection of parts, Zephyros explained. We learned how to create artificial beings that can love, feel pain, make art, and care for others. Amanda stared at the crystal. That's incredible. But why is it such a secret? Because in the wrong hands, this knowledge could be used to create terrible weapons, Captain Theron said. Imagine an army of machines that think like living beings but cannot be killed like living beings. The hegemony wants this, Zephyros said. They want to use it to make perfect soldiers that will never question orders and never show mercy. Is that why they're hunting your people? Yes, they pretend it's because we look different, but really they want our greatest secret. They have been trying to capture it for 200 years. Amanda looked around the room. There were other crystals, smaller ones, and books and devices she didn't recognize. How many people know about this? Amanda asked. Very few, Zephyros said. Maybe 50 beings in the entire galaxy. We only share it with those who prove they can be trusted completely. And you trust us? I trust you, Amanda. You showed me kindness when I looked like a monster. You risked your life to protect me from a hegemony. You saw past my appearance to my soul. Captain Theron nodded. That is the true test. Anyone can be kind to something beautiful, but only a pure heart can be kind to something ugly. But I'm just one person, Amanda said. What can I do with this knowledge? You can help us protect it, Zephyros said. And maybe someday you can help us use it to make the galaxy a better place. How? Zephyros touched the crystal again. This time, images appeared in the light. Amanda saw cities where organic beings and artificial beings lived together in peace. She saw machines that cared for sick people with gentle hands. She saw artificial beings creating beautiful art and music. This is what we dream of, Zephyros said. A galaxy where all forms of life work together. Where artificial beings are not slaves but equals. It's beautiful, Amanda said. But it can only happen if beings like you help us, Captain Theron said. Beings who understand that what matters is not how someone looks, but what they do with their heart. What do you want me to do? Go back to your people, Zephyros said. Tell them about us. Help them understand that we are not monsters or criminals. We are guardians of something precious. Will they believe me? Some will. And those who believe will help others believe. That is how change happens, one person at a time. Amanda thought about everything she had learned. A few days ago, she had been a simple scientist studying space. Now she was being asked to help. Protect the most important secret in the galaxy. What about you? Amanda asked Zephyros. What will you do? I will stay here for a while. There are other Vorthek here, and I want to spend time with my own people. But I will not forget you, Amanda. You saved my life and my hope. I didn't save your life. The Alliance ships did that. No, you saved my life when you chose to help me instead of turning away. You saved my hope when you showed me that good beings still exist. Captain Theron stepped forward. Amanda, we have something for you. He handed her a small crystal that looked like a piece of the larger one. What is this? A communicator, Captain Theron said. If you ever need to contact us, just hold it and speak. We will hear you anywhere in the galaxy. And if you ever want to come back here, you are always welcome, Zephyros said. Amanda took the crystal. It was warm in her hands and seemed to pulse with its own heartbeat. Thank you, Amanda said, for trusting me. Thank you for being worthy of trust, Zephyros said. They spent the rest of the day talking and learning. Amanda met other Vorthak who had been hiding on the station. They all looked different from Zephyros, but they all had the same gentle wisdom in their eyes. She also met other beings who had been saved from the hegemony. There were artists and scientists and teachers from dozens of different worlds. All of them had been threatened because they were different in some way. This is what we're fighting for, Captain Theron said, as they watched children of different species playing together in the garden. A galaxy where being different is not a crime. It's worth fighting for, Amanda said. The next day, it was time to leave. Amanda, Jake, and Lisa stood by their ship, ready to return to human space. I'm going to miss this place, Lisa said. It's like a dream. It's not a dream, Jake said. It's real. And we're going to help make sure it stays real. Amanda was surprised by Jake's words. You want to help? After seeing what we've seen, how can we not help? Jake said. These are good people fighting for something important. Count me in too, Lisa said. I want to be part of this. Zephyros came to say goodbye. He looked sad but also hopeful. I will miss you, Amanda, he said. You changed my life. You changed. Mine too, Amanda said. I learned that the most important thing is not how someone looks, but how they treat others. Remember that when you go back to your people. Some of them will be afraid of us because we look different. But if you show them what we really are inside, they will understand. I will, Amanda promised. They hugged goodbye, and Amanda felt tears in her eyes. She had found a friend in the most unlikely place, and now she had to leave him behind. This is not goodbye forever, Zephyros said. Someday we will meet again. I hope so, Amanda said. As their ship flew away from Haven Station, Amanda looked back at the hidden base. She thought about everything she had learned and everything she had seen. So what now? Jake asked. Now we go home, Amanda said. And we start telling people the truth. Think they'll believe us? Some will, and those who believe will tell others. That's how change happens. Amanda held the small crystal in her hands. She could feel its warmth and know that she was connected to something bigger than herself. She was part of a network of beings who believed in hope and kindness and the power of seeing past appearances to the truth inside. When they reached Earth, Amanda wrote a report about their mission. She told the truth about Zephyros and the Vorthak and the secret they protected. Some people didn't believe her. Some people said she was crazy or lying, but others listened. Other scientists and explorers who understood that the galaxy was full of wonders they had never imagined. Slowly, word spread. Humans began to understand that there were beings out there who needed help. That there was a war between those who wanted to control everything and those who wanted to protect freedom. Amanda became the first human ambassador to the Free Alliance. She traveled between worlds, helping to build bridges between different species. She never forgot the lesson she learned from Zephyros, that the most important thing about any being is not what they look like, but what they do with their heart. And sometimes, late at night, she would hold the crystal and talk to her friend across the galaxy. Zephyros would tell her about the other Vorthak they had found and the new allies who had joined their cause. You started something important, Amanda, Zephyros would say. Your kindness to one ugly alien has grown into something that will change the galaxy. It wasn't just me, Amanda would reply. It was all of us working together. That is the human way, Zephyros would say. You see the best in others and help them become better than they thought they could be. Years passed and the alliance grew stronger. More humans joined the cause. The hegemony found it harder to hunt down innocents when so many beings were willing to protect them. Amanda often thought about that day when she first saw Zephyros, broken and bleeding in the wreckage of his ship. She had made a simple choice to help someone who needed help. She had no idea that choice would lead to friendship, adventure, and a chance to help make the galaxy a better place. But that was the thing about being human. Sometimes the most important choices were the simplest ones. Sometimes changing the world started with just being kind to one person who needed kindness. And sometimes, when you didn't turn away from someone who looked different, you discovered that they were exactly the friend you needed to find.